Let's go. Jay Barino here. StarCraft Remastered. The Stand. Countdown. Finale of the Protoss campaign. Main Protoss base, the planet Shakuras. This is the last time we're going to get to play as Protoss.
This entire chain of events has been masterminded by Kerrigan, and we played right into her hands.
Yes, we did, Artanis. Yet our course is set, nonetheless. Using the Temple's energies against the Renegade Zerg may accomplish Kerrigan's aims, but it is still our only chance of survival.
And survive we will, my warriors. For too long have we labored in futile defense, as our enemies push us further and further away from victory. The time has come to let loose the full fury of our powers. Never again shall Shakuras be despoiled by the foul touch of alien species. These Zerg shall be the first to fall before us.
Matriarch, I have served you for many millennia. I have always valued your wisdom and strength. Yet, lately, in your mind, I have sensed something that clouds your true spirit. Though Kerrigan has gone, I wonder if her treachery still remains.
Be at ease, Zeratul. I am still the same Rashagon you have always known. These recent events have weighed heavily upon me, and I am wearied. But fear not. My warrior spirit will shine before you and light your path to victory.
Indeed.
The time for action is upon us. The crystals must be taken to the temple while the Zerg still muster their forces. I shall carry the Urash myself, while Zeratul handles the Callus.
Executor, you shall provide escort for Artanis and Zeratul as they make their way to the temple. God's willing, we will channel the energies of the Zelnaga and scour this world clean of the Zerg. Go now, my children, and know that the survival of our entire race depends upon your actions.
Alrighty. Get him to the temple, protect the temple, let's go. One thing I remember...
When you bring the crystals to the temple, the Zerg will surely send all their legions to destroy you. You must be prepared to protect the temple itself from the swarm.
One thing that I particularly remember is the need for observers here, because there are a lot of lurkers just sort of hanging around. So we're probably going to go grab that robo pretty early. We don't need to defend these early bases super heavily, mostly because we're going to be abandoning them, but I do want to get rid of the red Zerg, and then we'll go clean out the middle, set up some bases here, and then get going. I don't really want to destroy all the Zerg. Again, it sort of just makes the countdown very boring if we do that, so I'm not going to. Just going to try to get a lot of upgrades quickly and be good to go. So mostly it's just going to be getting lots and lots of probes and setting up some extra defense on the outskirts here so that we can have some open room for some more infrastructure. Anyway, I guess let's hotkey Zeratul and Artanis so that we can flip between bases very quickly. Though, let's be honest, I'll just continue to click the minimap like I always have. Okay, we'll make maybe a couple carriers, I don't know. It's like we have the option to go pretty crazy with the amount of tech that we can get this mission. We can play very greedy early on, try to take out those early red bases. I may do that, I'm not sure, it depends. But again, we're just going to try to get a few extra cannons here. What's going on over here? No problem. Good work, Artanis, she killed it. And Artanis will help us against Guardians, right? As long as we get a couple scouts here or there to protect against Guardians and have the Dragoons. And one thing that, you know, we kind of learned that was highlighted last mission as well is the faster that you get set up and get going, the easier the mission in general is going to be, because the enemy attacks are just so considerably easier to deal with. I think we're going to use Zeratul's base as our prime staging point, only because there's so much... we have to cross this this bridge here, which I'm not thrilled with. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab some shield batteries up here. Keep making probes. Probably I'm not going to concern myself with Dark Archons, but we'll see. Okay, good. Basic upgrades there. Probably want to get a couple cannons over in that direction. There we go. Get in the habit of actually hitting those hotkeys to go back and forth between bases. It's never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. Brown likes to drop up here, so that's why I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple cannons, mostly to delay until we can move. Again, probably going to use Zeratul's base as our prime staging area. So we'll get our robo facility up here. The sooner we can get observers out, the sooner I can go and actually attack. And with our leftover money, we'll just make Zealots and Dragoons, and probably want to get a Templar archive pretty early as well, because we're going to have leftover gas from stockpiling this quickly, or this early, rather. Dragoons, move on up here, make sure that you can support us. We'll just get a couple cannons. So it seems like this is the prime area where they're going to attack us. Large amounts of Mutalisks are probably the only thing that particularly concern me. But not that much. Not that much. Let's grab another pylon down here. Basic upgrades, even for our air weapons. No problem. Get another scout, or another forge. Up here. Start getting some zealots, even though zealots are going to get torn up by lurkers, even if we can see them. So maybe I shouldn't make too many of them. It's primarily for defense.
You address me. It will be
Big
done.
Z here going to help us out. The sooner we can clear this middle section out, the better as well, just because the creep has to recede before I feel comfortable actually moving out there and getting set up. Okay, Templar archives. Right there, please. Probably have enough probes there. I can afford to get more over in this direction. Haven't gotten attacked again. But yeah, we're waiting for that Templar archives. We can get Dark Templar as well. Observatory, very soon. I don't really care about... It's funny how I talk about this. I don't really care about Reavers, obviously. Everybody knows my thoughts on Reavers. I'm not going to be making a lot of them. Or maybe any of them, just out of spite. I don't plan on it, at least. Just got to get a couple observers a gout. A gout. Yes, that's what I meant. Okay, right here. More gateways. There we go. And then, you know, maybe once we get to the temple, we'll be rebuilding some of this stuff. But for now, again, this is probably all we particularly need. Okay. One more cannon down in this direction for Mutalisks, because they may try to circumvent us like jerks. Okay, and now we're harvesting minerals quickly. What I definitely need is another forge. Maybe even 2 other forges. The sooner we can get these upgrades, the better I'll feel. Just cram it in that little location right there. Okay, very good. And we can start getting more and more and more upgrades. I don't want to block this area in. What's going on up here? Let's go. Pretty large groups. This is where actually having a couple Reavers really would not be the worst thing in the world. We're going to be getting Archons for sure. And again, once we get that upgrade advantage, I will feel very safe. I don't want to be spending too much money. I'll replace these cannons. But the fewer cannons you build, the fewer you have to rebuild when they inevitably get destroyed. So that's why I'm kind of building the bare minimum. Observer sight range is sort of necessary, I'd say. Start ground weapons. Okay, and then these are just here to defend, I'd say, and then we will, again, going to be staging primarily from Zeratul's base. And we'll grab a Stargate. There we go, and I think we have an Observer, which is really all we need to start here. Let's get 2 more High Templar. You guys turn into Archons. Not even going to research Size... Oh, well, Size Storm is very, very useful on this mission. Definitely. What we don't have, though, is mobile detection at our main base, which is concerning to me. Yeah, but I want to take that red Zerg base pretty quickly. So to do that, we're just going to need lots of, probably Zealots, and as long as we can see... As long as we can see the lurkers, it shouldn't be too bad, and focusing on our upgrades here. So maybe shields next, or just keep getting ground armor. Probably shields. Putting a lot of stock here and using up our gas and getting these fast upgrades. I think it's totally worth it. Okay. We can also Corsair our way to victory. Well, not really, but Disruption Web is very good for pushing down bases, keeping the static defense down while you have your Dragoons doing their thing. Okay, I am quite happy with our 3 Archons, and getting the shields level is going to be useful. Yeah, so again, rushing to upgrades, probably the right choice, just for early on. Observer movement speed, not super necessary. Just keep getting Dragoons. Keep my active army over in this direction. But again, I think large Mutalisk flock attacks are going to be my biggest concern here. So that's why I'm cannoning up because I have the minerals to do so. But I don't want to get too crazy with it. Once we can link up our forces in the middle, I'll feel very, very comfortable. But until then, we're just going to make tons of cannons here, because eventually these bases will come under heavy attack while we're focused on the middle, and I want to be able to just let them go. Okay, that should be fine. There we go. That's probably enough. Again, I don't want to go too overboard with that kind of stuff. I hear Mutalisks. They came from the direction, the one direction that I wasn't prepared for, of course. Archon's going to tear him up. Those are red Mutalisks, and we're gonna be taking down red here pretty soon. Just get enough Dragoons. Probably very close to having enough of what I need. Pylon's gonna be an issue. Again, once we take the middle, though, probably want to set up pylons there instead. Okay, upgrades, how you doing? I'd prefer to wait for like +3 or something, but I don't know, maybe that's a waste. Okay, just make lots and lots of zealots, rally them over here. As long as we have enough Dragoons to get rid of Mutalisks, then we should be fine. Again, though, Lurkers, a challenge. I'm gonna just save my gas for now. So let's save my gas for now. Get more Dragoons. Once this group of units is all out, so 3 more units from each gateway, once that's all done, we're gonna go. Take out red quickly, move straight to the middle of the map. We'll get a second observer. Move straight to the middle of the map just so that we can start receding the creep to set up those bases. Absolutely key. Okay, and we could bring Zeratul with us. He does a lot of damage. It's dangerous, but I think it's the right choice because he can help snipe Lurkers very quickly. I will get +3 ground attack very soon, very quickly. Yeah, so this is why I saved my gas, primarily for that. Do I need to wait for the Dragoons? Probably. Okay, let's inch. I think this is enough. Actually, that's not the direction. I think this is the direction we need to go. Moving out with these units, you know, dangerous only because we don't have the detection close on top of us. So let's make sure we get that going. Just more Dragoons, that's fine. Okay. So let's move on down here. I think the Zerg base, I mean, we'll see the creep as soon as we approach it, right? So I'm pretty sure this... Nope, it's not. This is not the right direction. Can we squeeze down here to it? Yes. Okay, here we go. Here's what we're... Nope, never mind. Red has actually actively trolled us. I think we do have to stage ourselves from Artanis' direction in order to get there. But unfortunately, my observers are all up here, so that's not going to happen. I just want to get like 1 scout for this base as well, just to defend us against any guardians, any possible guardians. Incoming enemy attack. No problem. Let's get these guys over here as well. Red's base is going to be cleared out as well because we're just taking this out. Plasma shields, sure. It's expensive. Might as well start it. It went well. It went well. Again, once we start attacking and we get our observers into position, I am very comfortable moving in with Artanis' forces as well. Not having this Archon here is a bit of an issue. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, observers. I have a bad habit of just running you right in, so let's avoid that, and then Zeratul hang back for a moment. Again, this base should be primarily empty, because they just attacked us. Just gotta be careful with the observers. Yeah, for this reason. This is not the main enemy base. Okay. We're just about there. I think we have to cut through this area. Get the observers up. Okay, here we go. There's probably going to be lurkers here again, I imagine. Yep, there they are. As long as we can see them, it doesn't matter. Okay, lurkers did some damage, but they're gone. So now we're going to grab Artanis' units at least, and move him in to help clean this up. We're going to take this base. We're going to continue building. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Let's grab a fleet beacon so we can start pumping out a couple carriers, and I will grab Psionic Storm for now. We primarily need the gas from this base. That's my main concern, so. There we go. Red almost gone. I mean, Red has another base. It looks like they're sending some units down here because they're very angry with us. Let's see what their upgrades are like. See, they're only 1-0. We already have a huge upgrade advantage. Okay, there we go. Keep wiping it out, buddies. More lurkers as long as we keep some vision on them. There we go. Man, lurkers do so much damage. It's crazy. Okay, and I'm going to take this group and I'm going to move towards the middle right away, as I've mentioned. I want to clear out that creep very, very quickly. Okay, so everybody move. We're going to auto-attack our way there, and our observers, we're going to have probably just follow the Archon. How about that? Red has another base. We're going to have to wipe it out. Let's grab carrier capacity. Air weapons level 2. Ground armor requires more Vespene gas. And again, I'm wiping out the middle, particularly because I want to be able... Come on, get him, get him, get him. Particularly because I want to be able to recede that creep right away and set up that middle base. Then, while we're setting it up, we'll go and wipe out the other red base. How does that sound? I know it sounds great. You don't even have to answer. Okay, more lurkers. Pretty large flock of mutalisks. I built 1 scout that can help us out. Come over here. Come over here. Okay, very good. Upgrades. Ground armor level 3. Shields level... I'm sorry, ground armor level 2, rather. Okay, you all make your way up. I lost an observer. That's okay. I don't think there are any lurkers over here. Okay, avoid it. We can always force the lurkers to unburrow anyway. Okay, please stop doing that. With the spawn broodlings, please. Okay, let's make a few more observers. We're going to need them for the final push here. Here is Zeratul. I'm not going to throw him. I'm not going to just throw him on the beacon until later. Again, we want to get this creep to recede. That's kind of the key here. Ah, we lost our observer. We need to make more. We have more coming, actually. Man, those queens, they've got some... It seemed like they were surviving like crazy. All right, take this out, take this out. Then we're going to regroup and go for yellow. Yellow. What the hell am I saying? I am totally off base here today. Okay, we're going to leave a vanguard force here. We're going to take these and move back down here. Observer, I need you to come down here because I assume there's a lurker. That's what killed my probe. We're making more observers to send over here. Actually, no. Don't make carriers. I need the gas first to get my +3 and all that. Let's send Artanis as well. So this group's going to stand here. They'll have an observer soon enough. Observer speed actually now seeming like it's pretty useful, but I'd rather start +3 shields.
State your will.
Okay, and this creep hasn't even receded yet. Doesn't look like there is. It doesn't look like there's a like any lurkers here. Okay, that's fine. So now we wait, primarily for gas. Let's go ahead and grab 2 probes and send them up here in anticipation of setting these bases up. Meanwhile, we're going to continue building an army to go and wipe out the rest of Red, who will continue to be a nuisance if we don't stem the tide. Okay, now we can get observer speed. Lurkers really, it's for the first time actually really causing me to need detection. No problem. And Red liking to send those mutalisks, so let's just go ahead and set up a boatload of cannons for fun. We'll leave a couple scouts in each base, so that way we can defend these outlying bases as necessary. Can we build this yet? No, we cannot. Mr. Hydralist doesn't know what he's doing. Where are you going, buddy? Okay, so we're here at the temple. Again, not quite ready, but soon enough. Just unfortunately, we're in waiting for creep to recede mode, which is kind of silly. Let's keep getting air weapons level 3. That's great. And there is an observer here, isn't there? Yeah. This is where just having that boatload of cannons to hold out. The only thing that can outrange us is Guardians. Honestly, that +3 shield's going to be coming in handy. Ugh. I actually quite dislike having to do nothing but wait for creep to recede. What I will do is start setting up some defenses on the outskirts of these areas. I can do that. Doesn't hurt. A lot of this is unbuildable terrain, unfortunately.
Upgrade complete.
I'm gonna keep in mind where we want to make our nexus so that we don't block it. Still receding. Good lord. I heard upgrade complete. Possibly a forge upgrade. Yep, let's get +3. That's done. Kadarin Amulet, maybe. Don't really need any of this. Scout speed, maybe. Again, at this point, we're primarily waiting for, oh, look, they just ran right by the, They just ran right by the pylon that I had set up. That's weird. Okay, and I think a big key here is going to be having a cluster of scouts just to hunt down Guardians. It's really going to be the only thing that's going to cause us problems in the long run. All right, creep. This creep is gone, finally. Okay, so come on over here, Mr. Scout. Stop. Stop it, Queens. Just stop it. Okay, right there. And then cannons. Not too many. I don't want to block... Again, I don't want to block the entrances. Okay. That's probably okay for now. Come on down here. We're going to try to set up some around this area. This area is probably the hardest to defend because of the unbuildable terrain.
Upgrade complete.
Almost there here. Still not available to build here. We just need the gas in this location. Jeez, oh man. Okay, let's start making those carriers. Bringing them over. As long as we can defend ourselves when it matters. Move on over. Okay, and then pylon over here. Pylon up here. Stop. The spawn broodlings, stop it! Just stop. Okay. Let's make a pylon right there. And Mr. Pro, we're gonna make a nexus here, and this is gonna be all the gas that we're gonna need. This is gonna be all of the income that we're gonna ultimately need. But again, we're getting all this set up now because we have so much money. We're gonna have to just rebuild a lot of our infrastructure in the middle of this base. Okay, right there. Make sure we got pylon coverage to make gateways. Not sure what's happening here. Not sure what's happening here. Weird. Okay, classic StarCraft 1 AI, not really knowing what it's doing. Again, primarily just waiting for these nexuses to finish so we can make more probes. There we go. Okay. And now, just like that, we've got the roll that we need. First carrier on the way. Okay, that's probably good right there. We're going to make some more over on this side. And then down here. Just keep making probes. This is finally able to be built on. You know what? I won't even destroy that last red base. Let's keep things interesting. Let's keep things interesting. We'll build a pylon here. Let's just move all these units out to the middle. Let's just move everything out to the middle. Let's keep that open just in case. I like this map because, like, you know you're gonna have to defend, so you take the time to set up a boatload of stuff, and then you defend, and that's it. I don't know. I quite like this, the ending of this map particularly. But I want to get started here very soon, and in fact, I might.
We are under attack.
Okay, make interceptors. Carriers, make your way over. Scouts, make your way over.
I am ready. Indeed.
Yeah, so here are the Guardians. It was inevitable. Okay, and now we just set up gateways and try to survive the inevitable onslaught. Probes, probes, we need gas. I kind of want to just start. I mean, we're not fully ready, but that's kind of the fun of it, isn't it?
You address me.
Let's do it.
Direct my wrath.
What I particularly need are scouts. Maybe I will wait just for that. Faster scout movement speed. Let's move all of our probes up here. Let's see if they can make it. Let's see if they can even make it. Cannon's looking good. Gas. And is it Guardians? There they are. Okay, I should have expected this. I don't think it really matters that much. I think, because we're just about ready to start in the middle. Granted, our tech is going to be destroyed, but that's not as important. I think we can rebuild it. All right, so let's go. Make scouts. Not enough minerals.
Executor, Zeratul and I will begin to channel the temple's energies. You must prevent the Zerg from destroying the temple while we work. Adun be with you, Executor.
Okay, only 15 minutes, actually. I thought it was more than that. It's going to move a carrier down here. You keep mining. Let's just build some tech here.
You have not enough minerals. We are under attack.
And a cyber core. Slowly. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have some Scourge flying in here. Oh my word! Okay, Zealots get in there. That was very aggressive, just right from the start there. Again, we can rebuild a lot of this stuff. What I don't have, though, are some, like, heavy hitting units. So what we need are gateways and... Well, we got some more scouts coming out. I guess that's something, but not really heavy hitting, I should say. Yeah, get rid of those Devourers. Okay, let's move these guys up here. A lot of this is just going to be transferring forces from place to place, and then we'll be pretty safe. And just being on the lookout for Guardians. Inevitable Guardians. Okay, let's keep you guys here. We're going to have a lot of things that are going to spawn Broodling Dawn, unfortunately. A lot of things. Okay, scouts. Can't make scouts yet. Yeah, like, we're losing this base, but all these probes were done, so let's go ahead and transfer them up here if we can. Okay, let's see about getting rid of this guy. Got the carriers. I think I lost one of them to just that giant attack that came from over here with Devourers and Scourge, but that's why we made more. Okay, not too bad so far. Only 15 minutes. Again, doesn't seem like it's the worst, but we're losing Dragoons constantly to these... Yes, destroy the Scourge. Don't let them get close. Guardians and Devourers are like the only things that are going to cause us problems. Okay, let's not go too overboard with our cannons now because we need the money.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, what happened here? Not sure how that happened. Let's go ahead and get some shield batteries. And here comes red. This is what happens when you don't destroy red either. Mistakes! But that's sort of what makes it entertaining, I suppose. What I don't have are any gateways. Gotta have gateways. Come on. There you go, Mr. Probe. Gateway right here. Maybe that's good enough. I don't know. Okay, starting a new one there. That seems locked up. This seems locked up. This is okay. Mostly just need to wait for money as we make more probes. We have a lot of gas. Is my Templar Archive still alive? I don't know. I hear a Guardian. Lots and lots of Guardians. This is why I made groups of scouts. And by groups, I mean 2. We're +3 on them, though, so they're going to destroy Guardians very quickly. They only wiped out a couple cannons, so we should be fine. Okay. And Brown seems to want to destroy this base first, which is fine with me. Mr. Carrier, come on up here. And what area next needs the most amount of defense? I need a Templar Archive again. Because I did research Storm, and having Storm would be incredibly useful. More carriers coming out. Let's make some more scouts. To be honest, I don't think I'm in the best of spots here, but again, that's sort of what keeps this intriguing. Just gotta be on the lookout for Guardians. Anti-air is like the biggest issue. I don't know if my scout speed finished in time. In fact, I'm pretty confident that it didn't. Okay, another carrier. Let's station this one just right here. Lots, like very large groups of Guardians. Like, how fast can they realistically be making those? I don't know. Let's get High Templar, because that's what we can really afford right now. Set these cannons back up. Brown is going for my other base. It's really there to delay at this point. I don't really care what happens here. And you know what? We had enough cannons. We had enough cannons. It looks like they diverted and went down to this, which is fine with me. Okay, scouts. Let's go. You guys all move on up here. High Templar on their way out. We've got more scouts coming, and we can make carriers as well, because we can afford them. Okay, lots of Scourge coming in. We have to protect our carriers. Back up. Okay, scouts really making it happen, and making it happen, to be honest. Go ahead and recharge some shields. We want to rebuild this location of cannons, because Mutalisks are consistent here. We don't have enough energy here, unfortunately. Okay, cannons should be able to start getting rid of these. You know what? Make Archons first, and then we're going to make more High Templar. It's getting pretty intense. Let's see. Again, let's keep things interesting by doing this. I think he just depowered all my cannons. Let's avoid that. The amount of Guardians, again, is probably the only major thing that's an issue. Just having a couple carriers here is good enough. That base down there is still up. That's pretty darn good. Okay, this whole side is in trouble. Okay, make Zealots. Now we just need to focus, I think, on just standard defense against these types of large ground attacks. Let's try to get all these set back up. 5 minutes? I think we can hold out for 5 minutes. No fun topics this video, as things continue to be pretty crazy. But they have a lot of buildings that they'd have to get through if they want to... Oh, you know what? I appreciate this Dark Swarm, thank you. Interceptors. I think I had another carrier finish. Check for interceptors. Interceptors, yep, there we go. This area down here is in the most trouble. Keep this here. We have one guy who can storm. Okay, let's try to set this back up. I'm on the lookout for Guardians, or listening for Guardians, rather. And if we can hopefully get this stuff set back up, then we should be fine. Another pylon. Guardians? No. Nope. Good, good, good. Let's make, I was going to say more scouts, but we can't really afford them. Let's keep this guy here for storm. And in fact, let's storm. I think that's the first Psionic Storm I've used in the Brood War Protoss campaign. You know, and I may have done it once in in the first map, the micro map. Okay, what's going on here? It sounded like I lost a carrier. Scouts back up, or other scouts. Oh, it looks like my Archon got rid of the Guardians. That's good. This area up here, I think, is just destined to be under constant aerial assault. So let's just move, maybe get some... Jeez, oh man, that's so many Mutalisks. I think at a certain point they start going on random, like what they consider random suicide missions. Let's try to keep this carrier alive. Let's move in a High Templar up here who can storm these air attacks. Red has not attacked again, which is very, very good. Let's move these guys down here then. Okay, and then scouts, just make sure up here. And then from my gateways, let's just make Dragoons. Okay, let's transition our scouts over here. You know, no lurkers have really been coming up in this direction, which is interesting. I mean, I'm grateful for it. Yeah, I never got my scout movement speed complete. Don't, scout, don't. You know, you can chase the Guardians away, but don't waste your life. Okay, a minute 32. I don't think there's any way that they could possibly get through. But the whole point is it's meant to be desperate. So I feel like I'm playing this the way it's meant to be played, and I'm very happy about that, because otherwise this map can get very lame if you, like, it's fun if you want to, but you could, like, mind control a drone and then build an entire Zerg base. And again, that's fun for people that like to prepare, like over-prepare, but I kind of like this where we're, like, barely holding on here, which isn't necessarily true. We're doing just fine, but we just having to spend a lot of money to rebuild cannons. Let's get ready. Any good spot for a storm? Yeah, see, now it's like the last minute. They do like a giant suicide attack into your base, and I think they do like, there's a trigger for AI behavior, which is random suicide attack, and I wonder if that's what this is. But either way, you know, we had a nice mixed force with no Reavers, I'll have you know. Dark Archons are probably the only thing that would have really helped significantly.
The channeling is complete. Withdraw our forces into the temple. The warriors have engaged the enemy. Brace yourself.
Yes, get in there, buddies. I liked even just the little action of moving all the units into the temple. It's a nice little touch. Cool. Let's watch the end cinematic. we've done it. Protest campaign completed. There it is, yeah. So, at what cost? It's interesting. Can all the Protoss, like the whole civilization of Protoss, fit inside that temple so they didn't get wiped out? Did the explosion only affect Zerg? It doesn't matter. Suspend some disbelief, and the Zerg are gone. They're not on Shakuras anymore. That's cool. But when we come back, we will be starting as the UED. I'm excited to get back to Terran. It's been a while. I'll see you then. Bye now.